Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Snake here, and I'm back with a brand new video. Today, guys, I'm going to be doing a Legends upgrade tier list. I'm joined by my good friend, FakeJordxn. Say hi, John.
Hello.
Perfect. Right, we're going to get straight into this. We're not going to dilly-dally around. We have got it on the screen ready to go. Of course, it does say Legend tier list. Ignore that. There's an upgrade in there. So, Jordan, we're going to start off with Ashe.
Beautiful.
Okay, so what are your thoughts on Ashe's upgrades?
I definitely think they make Ashe more viable. I still wouldn't say they make her a good legend at all, really, though.
I mean, she got nerfed as well, to be fair. Like,
yeah.
if she didn't get the nerf before, she could have been higher up there.
Yeah, there are definitely some choices on that I think makes her a lot more viable to play, like with the greedy snare and stuff. But it's there's never a chance that I'm going to pick her over anyone else, really.
No, I did enjoy playing her. Obviously, the ones that I mean, she's got. I mean, the snare is pretty filthy. I mean, in my mind, I'm looking at either C or B. C or B, personally.
That's a C. I could tell. She's fun. Don't get me wrong. I do enjoy playing her, but she's definitely not one of the better legends.
True. I mean, to be fair, the first lot of upgrades I don't even really like that much. Murder Machine and 1 Minute to Live.
No.
I didn't really enjoy them that much.
No,
But I think
okay.
I shouldn't really give it, just on that level 3. So let's put her in C, shall we?
Yeah, after that.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I don't think that's too mean. Moving in, we've got then Ballistic next. Now, when I did my video for this, I'm not going to lie, I didn't really enjoy Ballistic at all. I'm not a massive fan of Ballistic, personally. But have you had a go playing a Ballistic at all?
Yeah. So as a character, I really enjoy Ballistic. Again, the first level of upgrades are not great.
No, useless, to be honest.
Yeah, completely pointless.
So, like, once again, you're almost cutting off that top section already, and the fact that, who cares about being able to see what ammo's in people's death boxes, and also, being able to just, I mean, to be fair, getting a little bit more off your armor is not a bad idea with care package insight, but I made the point in the video, you've always got legends on your team already that can do it, so it almost takes it away. Like,
there are so many ways to do it as well now with the evos and stuff that 100 is not a game changer, really.
So, just looking at the level 3, do we think his level 3 is better than Ashe's?
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, I think also what helps as well is he got the sling weapons are always got attachments on them as well now, just as a standard as well that came with this upgrade. So I do think, especially the spark bullet duration tripled is big. And smart bullet charge as well is nice because you can take out 2 people from a fight, which helps to isolate. I just think he offers a lot more utility than Ashe does.
Oh, I'm not going to lie. I don't think he deserves B, though.
then do we bump Ashe down and drop Ballistic into C?
I don't know. I personally reckon they're like almost on the same level, personally. I don't see him being better than Ashe, and I don't really see him being worse than Ashe. So I almost feel like we should pop them both in C and see how we get on, and then we might even have to come back on it. Yeah, and then we might come back and do a little rotate if we need to.
Yeah.
Moving into Bangalore. Now, Bangalore I really enjoyed. I think she is a very good legend this season. It always has been anyway, but got 60 seconds off the ultimate, which is like nice, really nice. And then, of course, one I took anyway was the auto ping.
Yeah, 100%.
I just feel like that is so strong.
It doesn't even describe it properly as well, because it's not just an auto ping, it's a straight live ping, so it tracks them.
Yeah.
It's insane. I played her a lot for comp stuff, and she's game breaking at the minute, especially with the removal of digi threats.
Yes, exactly.
She's huge.
So the question is, I think we've pretty much already sold it to ourselves. Is she deserving the S tier or the A tier?
S tier, 100%. 100%.
S tier, yeah. I think most teams always have a Bangalore, and those upgrades are just making her better and better. So I can't really see why we wouldn't. Next in, we're just going to keep going along the lines of the. Well, it's not actually alphabetical order on what I'm looking at, but we'll go straight into. We're going to go Fuse next.
Fuse, yeah.
Fuse next, yeah. Just so we've got it to our side if we need to have a little reminder of the upgrades. So moving straight in, when we've got Fuse. So Fuse I enjoyed, but once again I didn't find much use for the first level 2 upgrades.
No.
Once again, the first one's Big Bang, which so many of the legends have anyway.
Yeah.
You know, being able to see ordnance through the walls or whatever, like, it's not a bad idea. You know, obviously with Fuse, you want to find grenades a lot, but it's not breaking, is it? And Scar Tissue, 50% less damage. I've had a few Fuse mains say this is actually quite helpful, but but it's just situational, isn't it? It's not something you're going to get very often.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's very much playstyle dependent. Like Big Bang can really help Fuse simply because of the amount of grenades that you want to be throwing anyway.
Yeah.
But Scar Tissue can really help if you're really aggressive playstyle. You want to be in that fight. But I still 50% less damage doesn't mean you're not taking any damage, and I think that's a downside. You're still going to be burning.
Still going to be burning. Exactly. So, and then I mean the level 3s. I mean the speed boosters are cool. I like the speed boost.
It was fun. Yeah,
it's fun. There, that's the better way to put it. It's fun, but I don't think it's going to make a massive difference. So, going off of that, I'm looking in the lower section again.
Yeah, I think as a legend, he's stronger than Ash. But upgrades wise, I don't think the upgrades do much to make a huge difference there.
That's literally my thought process. It's not a case of Fuse is a bad legend, because he definitely isn't. You know, at the end of the day, he's like the Poke King.
Yeah, 100%, especially with the armor changes.
Exactly, but upgrade-wise, they could have done probably a little bit more. Yeah. So I'm thinking maybe a D.
Yeah, we're going to get all the Fuse means shouting at us.
They're going to be living. Next, we go into a Maggie. Okay. Mad Maggie next. So I actually really enjoyed Mad Maggie a lot. The upgrades wise, I mean, she had Fireball. I don't know, have you used Mad Maggie much?
Yeah, a little bit, but probably from a different perspective for you, because I played her on MNK.
Yes, yeah. So, I mean, I really enjoyed the Fireball because I just thought every time you chuck your ultimate, you know, you're fucking burning people at the same time. That was awesome. I mean, the auto reload shotgun on a knock is still actually a good idea as well. Sure. I mean, like, if you run shotguns, that's also another good perk to use. So, out of those two, you've got two that are pretty decent upgrades. When you
they work well for several playstyles as well, because the Fireball's really good for holding and also getting that push in. Whereas the shotgun one is a full on. If you're just pure running in people's faces, it's incredible. Yeah.
And then, of course, the level 3 as well. I mean, you can either have a bigger drill or you can have 2 drills. So,
the 2 drills was so good.
Exactly. Like, they're both good. Like, don't get me wrong. That's the thing. They're both really good. So, out of those 4 upgrades, I mean, pretty much, I wouldn't be upset if I had any of them. But they literally just said you weren't allowed 2 of them. I'd be like, well, at the end of the day, the other 2 are still great anyway.
Yeah. There's no wrong choices here at all.
No. So, for that reason, she's definitely in the top 2.
I'd say A personally.
Yes, I'm swaying more towards A, because I think Bangalore's are just a little bit better.
Yeah.
Like,
more well-rounded. Everything here is very very aggressive based, whereas obviously Bang's got with the live ping as well. It's good for repositioning and stuff as well, which gives her a more rounded defensive style as well.
Definitely. Okay, right, we're going to go into the skirmishes next. So we're going to go into Horizon. So, Horizon. Oh, she got sharted on.
Yeah.
I don't think this is going to take very long to decide this one.
I'm so sad.
She's such a good legend, but the upgrades, I mean, I guess that's why. They couldn't give her much, because she is already too good.
Yeah, 100%. She's still, like, when you play her, she still feels great. I was talking to someone about this the other day. I don't think she feels bad. It's just that the upgrades have made everyone else feel way more viable, so she just doesn't feel so dominant anymore.
No, exactly that. So, yeah, for that reason, I think we are just going to have... I mean, I'd put her E, personally. I just don't see...
I think the only argument that could be made for D, potentially, is with the attack cooldown. Although it is only 5 seconds, Horizon's attack gives so much utility, it's insane. Instant height taking, you can avoid literally every ult in the game with it. It's huge. So just for that alone, I think it could be potentially pushed for D, but the rest of them are a bit iffy.
It's only because that 5 seconds is just what she was last season.
Yeah.
So she hasn't changed, if anything. Yeah, that was only my mindset. Yeah, the fact that it doesn't really feel like she's really changed. She's still very much the same. So what we can do is we'll bump her in an E, and if I turn around later on and I go, do you know what? All right, maybe I was a bit harsh. We'll come back.
Yeah, seeing Horizon and E is mind-boggling to me, because she's always been top tier for everything.
Right, Octane is our next one on the skirmisher list. So I mean, 25% less on stem damage was pretty decent. I mean, I was pretty happy with it. But then the jump pads were pretty decent as well. I mean, getting extra jump pads or changing directions was a very cool little thing. I think it's made Octane a very fun legend to play again.
Yeah. So I think this is the problem again, though, with Octane, is because he is just a lot of fun. He's the legend I've got the most kills on. And I had so much fun playing him, but I don't think anything here makes him that much better.
Yeah.
I think maybe the extra launchpad charge could be, but the change directions basically just give him control of players tap strafe.
Yes.
Because I've got an MK, I can do that anyway. The 25% less exposed damage doesn't do much, and while the stim's nice, I don't see it being like it's only like a 25% decrease, and you didn't lose a huge amount of health anyway.
No. It's not game changing.
Yeah, nothing's made him feel much better. He's just more enjoyable.
Made him more fun. Yeah, it's just made him more fun as a legend to play.
Yeah, I love Octane, but I really wanted to see something that changed his playstyle a little bit rather than just being the typical sprint and run.
Yeah.
And if anything, it's made that playstyle easier.
I do agree with you. So for that reason, I think we've got to look in the somewhat lower section. Yeah. I'm looking at C or D, personally.
I'd probably go D from my perspective because I play MK.
D as well.
I don't know how good the tap strafe on controller is off of the jump pad, but
it's not that great.
Yeah.
In my own ports, anyway. Moving forward, though, we go into now Pathy.
Yeah.
Pathy. Now, first lot is a bit, level 2 and nothing really special. I mean, you just get either beacon or ring console. So that's like, okay, that's just going to help towards our armor. So that's fine. But the level 3 is obviously very, very fun. I mean, I think most of us all take the grapple knockdown reset because why wouldn't you? But that's the only thing realistically I would look at and go, yeah, that's really good, because I didn't find the zipline Zen very useful. It doesn't. I only think it lasts for 60 seconds. I think I said in my video, it's not there for very long, and realistically, you shouldn't be even wanting to take 25% less damage anyway on a zipline. If you're putting it in a stupid place like that, then you're probably asking to get shot off of it. So I'm looking. I'm just thinking the only good thing here is the down and away. So for that reason, it is really good though. So I do like it a lot. So I'm leaning towards C.
Yeah, I can sit with C, especially with the level 2 perks as well. Obviously playing comp, it does make him a little bit more viable in that sense. Because like that information can be huge, and especially if you can combine like the servo beacons with your down and away, it can make it for a much quicker playstyle, which I think works quite nicely. It's like you said, it's still not anything mad.
No, it's not. It's not crazy enough, but
I think C's fair.
I think C is fair. Revenant now. Now, Revenant, in my opinion, is very fucking strong with these upgrades.
Yeah, it's insane. It's ridiculous. I don't know what they were doing.
I mean, I'm straight away. I'm looking at the top section. Realistically, I mean, I don't think it's much of an argument.
No,
I mean,
not at all.
Tactical cooldown 5 seconds off is great in the first place, and then of course reset on knock.
Yeah,
it's great. And even if I said as well before, Agile Assassin, 20% less charge time. Even if you accidentally click that, I wouldn't be upset.
Yeah,
I'm still happy with a quicker jump if I have to.
Yeah, and again, a lot more defensive kind of style. Combine that with his ult as well, it just makes you insane.
It's just never ending, isn't it? It's just never ending, just jumping around, so much life. Like a good Revenant this season is like a fucking crazy Revenant with these upgrades. So I think we have to put him up there at S. We've got to, haven't we? Next up was Valkyrie. So Valkyrie's been she's been a bit more noticeable this season because of the upgrades.
Yep.
Definitely seen more of her, especially in the comp scene. She's starting to creep out a bit more.
We've kind of had to, we were running her as a mainstay. Like, we kind of can't be without her at the minute.
Yeah, it's very good for those rotations now with the higher jumps, the dive tower, I should say.
The higher jumps takes her back to the what she was pre-nerf, right?
Back to what she used to be like. And of course, that's what everyone used to love about her, just because you have such good rotations with it. So for that reason, that's decent. And then, of course, you've either got, more jetpack fuel. Widened missiles is good as well, to be fair.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll throw it out there. I'm looking at B. I think B's looking a bit empty, and I think you know she's strong enough to be now obviously in the comp scene, but she's not necessarily needed.
Yeah, she's not game breaking.
No.
She definitely is. The upgrades are a big improvement to what she was. So yeah, I think B's solid.
I think B sounds fair. Now we got Wraith. We got Wraith. So Wraith.
Gonna be you all over.
Well, yeah. I mean, I love Wraith's upgrades. I think they are very good. I mean, the fact that you got reduced 5-second cooldown, and then you got 20% less wind up time, which almost takes her back to what she used to be like, which was always fucking great. You know, just putting yourself in stupid situations and just being like, oh, get out a free jail card, I'm alright. Yeah. I mean, otherwise, I mean, out of all of them, I mean, Sixth Sense is a bit shit. I mean, honestly, I found no advantage out of it, but the tactical cooldown is good, the fast phase is good, and I mean, 60 seconds off your ultimate, it's not the end of the world if you did click it. Of course, fast phase is better. But I
have seen though, like people like Moki doing like testing and stuff. And the animation of the attack wind up, it's really actually only a really tiny amount of difference. So although it looks faster, you don't actually hit the portal that much faster.
Yeah.
It's definitely not as good as it sounds on paper, I don't think, which I think is a shame.
No, it's definitely not like back to what it used to be.
Yeah.
Like, definitely not. Potentially, I mean, I feel like they're good ones, but they're not great ones. I wouldn't put a top two. I think I'd be looking at B.
B or C is where I would be happy with. Yeah.
I think we'll go with B.
Because I don't really play Wraith, to be fair, so that's much more your expertise.
Yeah, let's go with B. Right, Recon Legends next. We got Bloodhound. Whew. Now, Bloodhound has been very good this season, in my opinion.
Yeah, he was my main until very recently.
So much scanning.
Yeah,
so much knowledge. So
it was the fact that Bangalore's being played left, right, and centre as well now. They're just they work so well together.
Yeah. No digis now, or obviously there is digis, but you don't see them very often. We'll obviously tie that in with all the Bangalore smokes and obviously the scans and the knowledge.
Yeah.
You know, 5 seconds off your cooldown, and then with the full body duration, I mean, it's good. Once again, I mean, Taste of the Blood's a cool one as well. It's not a bad idea, but definitely full body scan, 100%.
Yeah, that was me. I found Taste of Blood sounds really good, but it's very situational.
Yeah, it's not.
The only thing, again, I have to go back to, it doesn't sound, it looks really good. It's not quite as good as it sounds on paper, because although it's double the duration of the full body scan, everyone was kind of taking it as it extended attack.
Yeah.
But it's not. Obviously, you go down to the diamond normally, rather than keeping the full body. But again, still very strong.
Yeah. I'd
be leaning towards A with this one personally.
Yes, I'm thinking A, just because not all of them are that good. Like there's two standout ones, you know, but yeah. I think A is still a good sitting for Bloodhound.
Yeah, for sure.
Next up is Crypto. So Crypto, I mean, it's definitely made him a better legend.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, it definitely feels more viable.
Definitely. I mean, we're seeing a lot more of him now again, you know. In the comp scene again, he's starting to creep up out again. I mean, he was always there still, but he's definitely more viable now.
Yep.
He's not my personal play style at all, but when I did do the video, I mean, I did get some alright footage playing with him because of those changes.
Yeah, like you said as well, like with Bloodhound, it's all about the information you get, and Crypto can give you so much. It's unreal.
Exactly.
Don't think again anything here is super like game changing. It's just a nice improvement to what we already had.
Yeah. It's just it made him a little bit better.
Yeah.
I mean, you could almost argue that they could do a little bit more.
Yeah. I still wouldn't. It wouldn't be on my go-to pick.
No. So for that reason, maybe C.
Yeah. I think C's fair.
I think C sounds all right to me. Next up, we got Seer. So Seer's a mixed one, because when he first came out, I was a bit like, Seer's going to be back in meta now, but I ain't seen him. No. It was just the first week.
Yeah, I tell you what. So I'd never really played Seer before. So when the challenges came out, I was super excited to try him, and I am on record somewhere shouting that I'm going to become a Seer main. But I think it's just because it was fun. I don't think he feels... People are saying he feels much more like he used to, but without being broken.
Yeah. He's definitely more back to, say, being that annoyance stage, you know, with obviously the silence and all the slow and all that. But
Yeah, nothing there screams like when I see a Seer in game, I'm terrified. It's just
you don't see him that
it's
often.
Not the Rev reaction for sure.
No. So it's definitely made him a better legend, but it's not made him a top tier legend with that change. So for those reasons, I think we got to look around.
D is where I'm looking.
D, yeah. I don't think I'm going to disagree there, to be honest. I think they're cool changes and that, but I don't think it's groundbreaking.
No.
Next up, we're going into Vantage. Now, we all know I hate Vantage. I hated playing this legend. So I'll let you give your opinion first before I start wrecking her.
It's definitely made Vantage a lot more viable. I think a lot of the problem for people is with the sniper, especially on controller, it's not easy to be super accurate with her. So having the extra bullets in the ult excel are big.
Yeah.
But it's not huge. I think the big one for me was the double jump improvement. I really liked the relocation on hit, but again, you've got to be hitting, and that's not a guarantee. No.
That's what I found. I had it very rarely where I was there, like I hit and then I jump again. A lot of the time, you just kind of stay in your scope and you just keep shooting.
Yeah.
Sure. I was like really struggling to get footage for that one. I mean, I can't lie, mate. I want to slam her down and E. I hated her.
I think.
But I'll let you give the deciding vote.
I think there's definitely been improvements. I don't think she's been shafted as hard as Horizon has. I just think she's not a great legend overall anyway, and so like the improvements, while they're good, it doesn't make a huge difference.
Yeah.
I'd be happy with D personally, but if you want to put her in E, that's down to you.
No, we'll leave it there for now. I can't stand that legend. Right, controller legends now. We're going into Catalyst.
Okay, yeah.
So, that's the fault on it, isn't it? It's all right. It's nothing special, but I mean,
the problem is as well. It's like going with like Long Veil being the big stand-up one, increasing it by 50 meters sounds huge, but it's only good because of the nerf that she got.
Yeah.
So you're only keeping her on par with where she was. I think you're even a little bit less than she was by like 5 or 10 meters.
Yeah.
I
mean, the extra spike is a cool one. Yeah. I like that. That made holding down a building a little bit easier.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's, you can still get around it at the end of the day.
She definitely, I think the problem is she kind of takes in, from the holding building perspective, a similar position to someone like Caustic. And right now, I see no reason to take Caustic over Catalyst over Caustic.
Yeah, exactly. That's why, I mean, we just don't really see her.
I think I said again, the Long Veil's good, but it's only good because of the nerf she got. So it's only really a balance rather than an improvement.
Well, I'm looking at D then.
Yeah.
I'm thinking D. It's just the upgrades are not enough.
No.
To make it stand out enough. Now we got Caustic.
Yeah.
Here he is. I mean, Caustic's right back up in the mix. I mean, there's no way he's not in the top 2.
So he's now who I'm maining. He's who I'm running comp. I'd almost verge on game breaking if you play him well. Yeah.
I mean, but top 2 level 2s are great anyway. Being able to chuck it further, your barrels, or have a stronger ultimate. I mean,
and both of them difference.
Great. And then, I mean, once again, even the level 3 ones are still decent. I mean, obviously you'd still pick the gas to last longer, but regenerating health in the Nox gas as well is still good.
There's no bad sides to it.
It's got to be S, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think as well what helps is because with like the Nox vision highlighting, it kind of does the similar kind of thing to what Bangalore smoke does, but it doesn't break aim assist.
Yes.
And when you've got that vision for longer, I just think when you're in a room with Caustic, it's a bad time.
Yes, yeah, you ain't getting out.
No.
So it's got to be an S. It's got to be an S. There's no doubt about it. Moving forward, we got Rampart next. So I think once it goes down to they've made her more fun with the upgrade she's got. Yeah. You can, be a little bit more ruthless with Sheila, running around a bit more like a nutter. But she's not groundbreaking or anything like that.
No, she's easily, like, the problem is you've got to bunker down so much. And again, when we're looking at a very heavy, like, for example, bang, Caustic blood metal, you scan her, you throw a gas in there. she's then trying to run through gas and smoke or trying to climb all over her ramparts and stuff.
Yeah,
there's no, like you said, there's nothing game breaking with her. She's just a little better.
It's just a little, innit? So it's got to be around the probably D.
Yeah.
I don't see it being as bad as Horizon, but I don't see it being any better than that.
No, I agree.
Moving forward, we've got Wattson. Watson's one is another one. Wattson obviously has. I mean, she is good now. I mean, probably better, I should say. We're seeing a lot more of her again in comp again, which is nice to see.
Everywhere.
Yeah, and I do think the upgrades that she's got available, once again, they're all pretty decent, to be honest. I mean, All in Stars is very good. Being able to get Arc Stars out of Respawn. And of course, Fresh Start, 50 HP for your teammates if they get knocked. That's obviously just bringing an even more advantage being a Wattson player.
Yep.
Double HP and shield regen on a pylon is fucking massive.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, even split circuits, nothing too special, but, it's still decent to be able to have two pylons, I mean.
Yeah, and it's good as well, like, if, for example, again, looking for a comp perspective, if you're playing, you decide that this is where it's going to land on zone, and it doesn't, it's much easier to relocate and set up again.
Yeah.
You can ult excel, you've got the option to have a second ult down. Mm-hmm. Whereas otherwise you get caught out and then she feels kind of useless for a little while.
Yeah.
And Fresh Start's big, and Falling Stars as well. It plays really nicely into the meta at the minute because you've obviously got a lot of poke people like Fuse and stuff.
Yeah,
Valk with their missiles. And at the minute, every one of Valk's missiles spawns an Arc Star. Mm-hmm. Rather than it just being the missiles as a whole. So you're literally just laughing, constantly throwing grenades out.
Yeah. I think A.
Yeah, AoE, I'm down for sure.
I think she's good for A, to be honest.
Yeah.
And now we're going into the last lot. Support Legends. Conduit.
Oh,
Conduit. Go on, and you play a lot of Conduit.
I do, yeah. I think she's definitely not what she was, even with the upgrades. Mm-hmm. But I do still think she's incredibly strong.
Yeah.
The battery count on Deathbox I don't think is a huge thing. But the ult mine damage radius is huge because that's 10% per mine rather than 10% as an ult. Mm-hmm. So if you spread that across being a normal room, it's so much easier to shut down not only the entire room but like the surrounding areas as well. Makes it so hard to push. And controversially to some people, I do think that the double tack charge is bigger. Mm-hmm. I think being able to tack off two of your teammates for a push whilst also healing yourself, it makes pushes and fights, it can flip them so quickly.
Yeah.
Because now, before it was like, oh, you'd crack someone, they get conduited, but you're safe to push the other one. Mm-hmm. Now you can never be sure because there's always that chance that they're just going to do it again.
Yeah.
I do think she's really big.
Yeah. Obviously with the nurse beforehand and that, and then obviously bringing that in, I don't know whether she would fit in the top two, but I'm looking at B in my opinion.
Yeah, I think she's probably the stronger of the supports for me personally. And supports I think are very necessary, but like you said, it's the nerf has hit her quite hard.
Yeah, it's like you say, it brings her back up after being nerfed because obviously if the upgrades didn't exist and then obviously the nerf, it would have been like okay, Conduit's less valuable now. But with these upgrades, I think it brings her back up. But yeah, I mean, you could probably maybe put her in A, but I'm looking at the legends in S and A, and I'm kind of thinking they've got a very high mark.
Yeah.
To knock them off of their spots.
Yeah, I think Conduit as a legend sits higher up, but her upgrades don't bring her, don't do her justice necessarily, like to push her into SRA.
Moving forward, we got Gibraltar. Another legend that I did not enjoy playing at all. But I can see the advantages of the upgrades. A good Gibby is a great Gibby with these upgrades because fresh start, 50 HP for your teammate, shots, auto reload on a shotgun. I mean, both of them together are still great on Gibby. Once again, not a problem which one you pick. And to be honest, the level 3 upgrades are very good as well. I mean, Baby Bubble, a quicker bubble is great, or you can obviously increase the tactical by 4 seconds with Bubble Bunker. So all round, very strong upgrades, very strong.
Yeah, and I think Baby Bubbles combined with shots is an incredible thing. Because bubble fighting a Gibby is difficult enough as it is, let alone if he's got unlimited ammo on a shotgun and he can throw his bubble down super quick.
Yeah.
And it's not a huge like it is smaller, but you can still comfortably fit your whole team in there.
Oh, massively. Yeah.
His upgrades are like massively overlooked.
Very good
because of who he is.
Yes, yeah, because of the legend himself being such a big boy.
Yeah, he's not an easy legend to play at all.
No, you like say, if you are a good Gibby, you're a great Gibby this season.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the reason why we don't see more of him probably in that comp scene is because of his hitbox, how big he is, and all that. But they are very good upgrades, and I don't know whether I feel like it'd be harsh to leave him in B. It's not S. I'm almost leaning towards A.
Yeah, see, I was bouncing around B personally. I think simply because although the upgrades are really good, if you can't play him, I don't think it makes it any easier to play.
True.
If anything, I think the skill cap has gone up a little bit with the baby bubble. So
I agree now. No, the way you put it like that. Yeah, I think they say. I mean, like I said, I hated playing him, and I can respect how good the upgrades were, but I hated playing him. Yeah. So yeah, I agree. Yeah, if the upgrades don't make it easier to play, then yeah, maybe we'll keep him in B.
Yeah,
I think B's fine. Lifeline. Now, she's a very good support this season.
Yeah,
and obviously we've seen her used in the ALGS for like first time properly in a while now. Yeah. With Aurora using them, and like obviously it's been very incredibly well. Yeah. Obviously reviving teammates with 20% quicker is brilliant.
It's insane how quickly they get back into the fight now.
I mean, reduced tactical cooldown by 10 seconds is another good one anyway, because once again, if you accidentally clicked it, wouldn't be that upset about it.
Yeah, sure.
And then obviously the 2 level 3s are very good. I mean, gift wrapped, they obviously are using it very tactical to obviously get a Kraber pretty much every time. So they know what they're doing. So they know exactly. And then last stand, gain a self-revive for a normal casual player that like this is a better option. And of course, it is really good.
Yeah.
And everyone always forgets about it.
With rapid response. So if you take rapid response and the self-revive, you're self-reviving yourself 20% faster as well.
Exactly, yeah.
Very easy to forget that you've knocked a lifeline until they start shooting you in the back.
Exactly, and obviously with the care packages anyway, they're going to freaking get gold knock in no time. And it's coming clutch a lot this season. So looking at those upgrades, I personally would put her at A.
Yeah. I do think her upgrades are very good. I still think some of the legends are more viable, like generally, but her upgrades have made a huge difference. It actually feels like you can play her and not be like letting your team down now. Yes,
exactly. Yeah, like a little bit going back to the Gibby one where you said obviously, the upgrades couldn't make you a better player, but if you weren't very good at Gibby, whereas I think Lifeline, you can be a better Lifeline. Because obviously, I mean, a lot of it's just rezzing anyway. But
as long as you res, like you can't go wrong.
No, you can't really go wrong. Moving next, we've got the last 3 now. We've got Loba. Loba's was, I mean, not that great.
No, I agree, 100%.
The only thing that's got better is the tactical. The bracelet is the only thing that's got better. Now, don't get me wrong, it's got really good. I almost feel like, that bracelet could almost be there in the first place. Why not make it that long in the first place? Because, it is very good, but it's not, it's not going to exactly do a lot. It's just more or less for use for escapes because you can't really use it aggressively, massively. Because if you put yourself in a stupid situation, you obviously have that animation to do, and then you get beamed. So
I think the best way I can describe Loba this season is her upgrades feel very selfish.
Yeah.
So many of the other, like we just talked about Lifeline, so many of the other upgrades really play into a team play style. Whereas Loba's just like she can take more, she gets a short attack, she can go further. And like the amount of times I've had a Loba and they've like, we're in a fight and they just absolutely yeet themselves 9 miles away from me.
Yeah.
Very good for solo survivability, but I just don't think she offers enough utility as a teammate anymore.
No. So I think maybe D.
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, I think D. Mirage.
Honestly, has been the bane of my season.
I mean, he's very good this season. To be fair, isn't he?
It's this when you're getting the extra decoy, and then refreshing it on successful bamboozle.
Yeah,
I've never seen so many Mirages in one place in my life. It's insane.
You can really troll people. Like, it's got the aspect of the fun side of things, but also can be obviously used effectively in like a ranked situation as well. Obviously, reviving your teammate with 75 HP is decent. So that's good anyway. More me, which obviously gives you an extra decoy, and you also reduce 30 seconds on it, which is nice. So out of those two, they're decent. And then, of course, like we say, fresh on the bamboozle's good. Game decoy charge is a bit pointless, really. Bamboozle shits all over it, to be honest. Bamboo bonus. I mean, so that you can kind of take that one out. I mean, so there's like 3 decent ones, to be honest. So maybe a B.
Yeah, I think Solid's definitely got solid upgrades, and nothing that feels too game breaking, but definitely like a lot of people have been playing him that wouldn't have even looked at him before.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, and finally we've got Newcastle. So this is another legend I didn't really enjoy playing.
Yeah.
I did not enjoy playing Newcastle, but once again, you can see the bonuses of obviously being a Newcastle this season, and once again, it could go back to say making a good Newcastle into a great Newcastle.
Yeah.
I mean, the Swift Shield and the Fixed Shield in level 2 are very good. I mean, the one we found more useful was the Mobile Shield, being able to move faster.
Yeah,
just because you could be so much more aggressive. So that is decent as hell. Once again, I mean, if you accidentally pick Fixed Shield and you were less aggressive, then you've still got a decent upgrade.
Yeah, for sure.
But the level 3 aspect of things, both are decent as well. You know, Miracle Worker, if you don't happen to find a gold knock, that obviously helps your teammates get their revive, get some HP in them.
Even when they gold knock, it stacks as well, so it's...
Yeah, well, laughing then.
Yeah, big plays.
And I mean, Stronghold's good as well. I mean, extra HP and on your ultimate and that, so he's got to be somewhat up.
I think Swift Shield's the really big one there, because I think the amount of times that when I was playing him, I'd leave my shield behind because it wasn't moving fast enough.
Yes, yeah, you outrun it.
I do think his ult is it leaves a lot to be desired, in the sense of, like, although it's a lot of HP, when we've got a lot of things like Caustic with his massive ult these days, I don't think his ult as a whole does enough to negate that.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's done enough to bring him up to a legend that I take over a lot of others, personally.
No. So, I mean, I'd be leaning toward either B or C.
Yeah, I personally C, but maybe that's just because I'm really bad at Newcastle. I don't know.
I mean, if we did C, it looks kind of nice.
It does.
It'd be a little bit weird. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that, to be honest. I don't think there's anyone in there that I would change, apart from maybe Vantage, but that's just my sheer hatred for her. Yeah, I think we've done all right there.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah, pretty happy with that. Nice one. All right, guys, that's our Legends upgrades tier list. If you have enjoyed, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe. If you do enjoy it, I mean, I might get around to doing a proper tier list, just talking about Legends or even the weapons as well. So yeah, if you do enjoy it all, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I'll leave Jordan's links down in the comments down below, or in the description, I should say, if you want to check him out as well. And any final words, Jordan?
No, thank you for having me. I really enjoyed it.
Good job, mate. All right, I'll see you all later.